Shivraj Singh Chauhan there. He, of course, will be reckoned as the man of the moment at this point of time because it is under his leadership that the BJP seems to be surging ahead. We are almost 2.5 hours since counting has begun, and these trends and projections are now going to firm up. It is difficult to, in fact, see, Modi, as to how, the Congress can, in fact, make up for that gap where it is trailing by nearly about 60 seats in Madhya Pradesh. Shivraj Singh Chauhan, the man who's managed to buck anti-incumbency. He also is a man who did not enjoy the complete support of the central leaders there. But he seems to be, at this point of time, really happy, although he's not expressing what he's feeling inside. But at this moment, quite clearly, 140 plus seats is where he's leading, and those projections will firm up. Is this a set match for him?
I think he's the man of the match as of now. Because he's a low-key person, and he took everything in his stride when he was sidelined. You remember when the seats were being announced, the central BJP sent in 3 of its ministers, that is Mr. Tomar, Prahlad Singh Patel, and Fagan Singh Kulasi. So all these 3, and then the General Secretary of the party, Kailash Vijaywargiya, and all these were supposed to be CM faces. So they all were, shown as, rivals to Chauhan, but he has stood his ground and he has shown that, what he is capable of doing. I think it will be difficult for the BJP central leadership to deny him another term as the Chief Minister.
That's a crucial point. It's difficult to, in fact, override him. And he's going to be critical for the BJP even in the 2024 elections. Because he's the man who's on the ground there.
It is possible that he'll be brought to the central government. He might be made a central minister.
Exactly.
Because he never had a chance. And he's only 64. And he's only 64 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been in politics for so long. He's been a chief minister for so long. He's an MP for 5-6 terms. And he's only 64. So he could move to centre, challenging Amit Shah and others.
But what kind of sway would he really have as far as the national scene is concerned, do you think?
See, I think his star will rise now. I suppose he cannot be put down as he has been for all this while.
You think he's been put down for all this while?
Absolutely. I feel, see, right now, if Modi makes up his mind that, we need him at the centre, we need a service, because he has the experience of being in power for so many years.
Yes.
So central government needs some of the ministers. But if he moves into centre and gets some crucial ministries, I'm sure, from 2024 onwards, BJP has so many things to do. People like Nitin Gadkari have delivered. So this could be another man who can be, of star value at the central government.
How integral has anti-incumbency been for these battleground states also has been the other key aspect? Because let's face it, those are the lessons on the wall for these parties there. A lot has been at stake as far as the national contest is concerned, as they've been also looking at these election results. I'm sure the way in which we will see the tactics shifting will be very important to watch. On your screen coming up will be the latest figures as they've been stacking up over the last 2.5 hours. These are the latest numbers for those of you just joining us. Mr. Upadhyay, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Telangana, these 4 battleground states will have far-reaching lessons for both the BJP and the Congress as far as the 2024 battle is concerned. What do you think is really happening in the state of Madhya Pradesh at this point? For the Congress, what do you think is not working out?
I think Congress has fallen far behind.
Yes.
And it looks like, it's a clear win for the BJP. It could be even, 2/3 majority at this rate if they keep it up.
Yes, if the trends continue.
But it looks like a clear majority. And, Congress has depended on the old hands. Kamal Nath, remember his role in 1984 Sikh riots. Have people forgotten that he was one of the main perpetrators, who was one of the persons who instigated the crowd?
I don't think that was an issue in the
No, it's not an issue. I don't think the country has forgotten. I don't think the country has forgotten his role.
I think
and he never faced jail term. At least the other 2 people faced jail term. This man never would. And he's the Chief Minister candidate again.
Right, just hold that thought there.
This is an exciting and an important moment. This is the state of Chhattisgarh which is going to get the headlines now, because so far we've been saying that it was perhaps the Congress that was in fact surging ahead there. It was a bit of a neck-and-neck contest. But now, when we look at this, it is quite clearly the BJP that seems to be pulling ahead. And it has got a substantial lead in the state, which has got just about 90 seats. How do you read that, Mr. Gupta?
Actually, southern part of Chhattisgarh, which is Bastar and Abujmar, that is very difficult terrain. And the results from there are going to come little late. And maybe the trends are also delayed. So maybe the things are going to crystallize in say an hour or so.
In an hour or so. And remember,
yes,
we have taken notes of your predictions. I've written them down right here.
Tonight dinner is on him.
One thing, one thing.
Absolutely, the dinner is on Mr. Sharad Gupta, because he came out and said no one was sticking his neck out. He started at the time that the votes were counting, that it is the BJP that is quite clearly in the lead. And look at the numbers there, 145 to 82. This is not a lead that the Congress can make up anytime soon. And this is going to be a big, huge win for the Bharatiya Janata Party.
I'd like to point out about Madhya Pradesh, in fact, this tactics of holding back Shivraj Singh Chauhan's name to fourth list.
Right.
That seems to have paid off to the BJP, because there was strong anger among the party leaders, party workers against Shivraj Singh Chauhan. So that's why when they saw that 7 MPs and among them 3 central ministers are being fielded, so they imagined that there are at least 4 or 5 chief ministerial candidates, and Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan is not going to be repeated as chief minister. So that's why the entire cadre was enthused.
Mr. Gupta, you know, the political logic is there is this issue of anti-incumbency. Now, Shivraj Singh Chauhan has been the chief minister for so long. He's been there for 16 long years. And it is virtually under his leadership that this particular generation has grown up. How is it that Shivraj Singh Chauhan has managed to buck anti-incumbency? Because quite clearly he was on the back foot this time round. When he made that Ladli Behna Yojana, you know, a lot of people said that, listen, this is the BJP giving out a reverie. They complained about reveries for so long, but here we have the BJP also rolling out these reveries.
And he did it very smartly.
And
1 month before the
election.
election.
And hold that scheme as a very important reason, perhaps, on the number 2 spot, number 1 spot, number 3 spot for the results that we're seeing on our screen? Because let's face it, that's been a very integral aspect of the campaigning as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And also, you see, Shivraj Singh Chauhan, when he campaigned, I mean, I just followed his campaign, you know, what he was saying. There's very interesting things he was saying. You know, in one of the campaigns, he said, I'm saying it in English, I want to ask you, am I running a good government or bad government? I mean, he's saying, don't you think that I should get another chance? At another place, should Mama, he's known as Mama. Mama become CM or not? You know, he's...
No, but how did he buck anti-incumbency? This generation has actually just grown up under his rule.
I can give you a data. This time, 1 crore 81 lakh women have exercised their franchising. In 2018, the number was 1 crore 50 lakhs. So 31 lakh more women have voted this time. And because this Ladli Behna Yojana, so the credit is being given to Ladli Behna Yojana, the women who are getting money in the bank. So they came out in large numbers to vote for the BJP. So that's why this trend, one. And secondly, the BJP also got booth-wise WhatsApp groups made exclusively of women voters. That also.
This is something that the BJP does really well. You know, these WhatsApp groups at the booth level, getting everyone on board and also ensuring that their supporters on the day of voting, in fact, go out and vote. This is something that the BJP does with its booth level workers. Is that what you think is the difference between the Congress and the BJP? You could have supporters on both sides, both of them could be committed, but on the day that they have to vote, the BJP goes, gets hold of all its supporters and gets them to the polling booth. The Congress fails to do that.
It's not for nothing that BJP is now considered the largest party in the world in terms of numbers of people that they have at the workers level, at various levels. So that is paying off. That is paying off. And I think they use it very methodically. They have RSS to drive them, in terms of who should work where, and probably they don't demand as much as the Congress workers do. Unfortunately for Congress, unless you pay money, they don't get workers. So that has been the trend. So, all these factors have worked in their favor.
And when it comes to the strategy at the grassroots level, a very important comparison that stands out as far as the BJP and the Congress and their emphasis is concerned, their organizational structure is concerned, and the manner in which, let's face it, creation of WhatsApp groups is something that the Congress can easily do. Why is it failing to adopt strategies like these at the grassroots level in the way in which the BJP has done? We will dissect that, but for those of you just joining us, these are the key takeaways that we have for you at this point. It's been quite a morning here in India as we've been tracking the heated race to power, the semi-final contest ahead of the 2024 the nationwide vote. There we have the BJP consolidating the lead in Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan. The BJP is sweeping in 3 out of the 4 states. That's a very significant takeaway, and we will be getting you more reactions on that front as well, and dissecting really what worked in the favor of the BJP and the Prime Minister's campaign strategy as well. The BJP sweeping in 3 out of 4 states. The Congress leading at this time only in Telangana. So we have been also talking about the way in which the BJP is lagging behind in that part of the country. We will get you those analysis.
The BJP will not be very concerned with what is happening in Telangana, because at this point of time, if you look at how things are shaping up, the BJP is pretty happy in the way things have gone so far since this morning. We are 2.5 hours into the counting. These are the latest numbers that you've got on your screens. The BJP leading in Madhya Pradesh with 142 and the Congress it at 85. In Rajasthan it is 117. The Congress is 66. In Chhattisgarh, the big story of the day, a state where everyone, including the Congress workers, perhaps even the BJP workers, thought that it is Congress who'd win.
Yes.
But there is a big surprise. It is BJP that is likely to oust the Bhupesh Baghel Singh government. The only solace that the Congress workers would, of course, take is the fact that they've managed to come on top, so far at least, in the state of Telangana. But otherwise, what we are looking at is a clear wind that is blowing the BJP way. And there are a variety of different factors that we'll, of course, talk about. But the big story is going to be both in Chhattisgarh and also in the other 2 big states of Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan there.
Right, hold that thought there. Let's just zoom into what's happening in the state of Telangana specifically. The fact that the BRS, let's face it, is not a part of the opposition alliance. To what extent will the Congress and the BRS take lessons from what's happening right now?
I'll tell you what, the Telangana story is slightly different.
Well.
The Telangana story is not what it appears. So when you look at the BRS, they're not a part of the India alliance, but within the state of Telangana, there is a tacit agreement between the BRS and the BJP. And the MIM is the third wheel there. So what is happening in that state of Telangana is completely different. It is not what a lot of people expected, but this is how things are playing out. What appears is different from what is happening behind the scenes.
Mr. Upadhyay, that actually is a shift in the strategy and what you were saying earlier on as well. What my colleague is pointing out, quite not matching what you were saying earlier on.
No, we don't know exactly whether there was any kind of understanding between BRS and BJP, because the Prime Minister went hammer and tongs at KCR and his government. He said is the most corrupt and this and that. So if there was an understanding, would you say those things? I don't know. But anyway, now it works to BJP's advantage, because the KCR's party will have to go somewhere.
Right.
They will probably run towards, NDA. So NDA will probably accommodate them, because they need, since there are 17 seats in Telangana. And in South, especially, since BJP is not getting too many seats, so those 17s will be very important. And if they can have an understanding with TRS to give them about 7, 8 or 9 seats in, nothing like it.
Also
but let's face it, the BJP is not sweating it out on that front, because...
No, they will. In case, you see, the things change at the northern states, they will. So for that, this is an insurance.
But it's unlikely that things will change in the northern states. The way the politics in the northern states is going, it's quite clearly the wind is blowing in the direction of the BJP.